friends.
We were just talking about Lucy Stone. What was she trying to do in the Women's Rights Conference? What was she trying to accomplish during this time? Brianna, share your thoughts. Super loud, my friend.
My partner was Karen, and we had a connection.
Go ahead.
And wanted to change the law because she wanted women to vote for suffrage.
Very good. Excellent. She was working to change the law. Excellent. Debbie, does someone have an idea that they would like to add on to Brianna's idea? How can we add on to it? Maisha.
You can add on to it by you can fight for the rights for the women to vote, and if you can fight, you can vote for your rights.
Excellent. They're fighting for the right to vote. How is this similar or different to the abolitionists that we read about last week? How is this similar or different to the abolitionists we read about last week? Kennedy.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
What is an abolition?
Ooh, let's help Kennedy. What was an abolitionist? What did they do? Demi?
They help to fight on the equal rights.
For who?
The African Americans and the slaves. To have equal rights.
Very good. They fought for equal rights. Eyes up here. They fought for equal rights for slaves. So how is Lucy Stone like the abolitionists? Diamond, what do you think?
I think she was like the abolitionists because she wanted to have civil rights, and my cousin was a man, and she said that Lucy.
Lucy, you got it.
But Lucy, she was helping the women so they could be treated like men because everybody is supposed to be treated the same way.
Wonderful. Kiss your brain. Excellent. Nevaeh, thanks for being an excellent listening partner. Nevaeh, kiss your brain for that wonderful work. That was beautiful. Okay. So we're going to find out about some other important leaders in the suffrage movement. Eyes up here. In 3, 2, quickly, Armani. 1, sailing. In 0. Awesome, Eduardo. Thank you, Aaron. Looking great. Roll 5. Important leaders. Let's find out who else were some important leaders in the women's rights movement. Long before, some key women became leaders of the movement. Besides Lucy Stone, another important leader emerged. Her name was Susan B. Anthony, who chose never to marry, worked tirelessly for women's rights. She was brought up as a Quaker and experienced more freedom than many young women. But it wasn't long before she was treated with inequality, and she saw the difference between how women were treated and men. As a teacher, she was paid only 1/5 of what her male teachers were paid. When Anthony complained about it, she lost her job. What do you think about that? She was paid only 1/5 of what her male teachers were paid. So let's say a male teacher earned $1 an hour. A female teacher like Susan B. Anthony would only earn 1/5 of that. She would only earn 20 cents. When her male teachers around her earned $1. What do you think about that? Turn to your partner. to share your ideas? In 0. What do you think of what we just discovered? Tell us. Kennedy.
My partner was Janice, and me and her had a connection.
Share.
The connection was why should male get a dollar and females get 20 cents?
Okay.
Because that's not fair. Because some males do hit on girls, and males do not supposed to hit on girls.
Thank you for sharing. Eyes up here. Put your eyes up here. Thank you. So Janice is saying that's not fair. Why is that not fair? Let's stretch that idea out. Why isn't that fair, Cornell?
Because women, they only get 20 cents.
That's right. And why is that not fair, Armani? Why is it not fair? Do you think they should earn the same amount of money for the same work? Yes, absolutely. Were they trying to make that happen?
Yes.
Yes. Were they trying to do that with slaves as well?
Yes.
Yes, they were.
Yes.
They were fighting for equal rights for slaves. What do you think about what we just learned inside of our story? Asia.
And that's not fair because they're both teachers, and the female gets 26 and the male gets 1.
Very good. You're saying that's not fair, that they're getting paid different amounts of money. Awesome job. Eyes up here in 5, 4, 3, Armani, 2, 1, 0. Anita, share your thoughts.
I think she should go and tell the president to change the laws because they're not getting more money than women and females. That's not right.
Very nice job. I love how Anita's coming up with a solution. She's saying something needs to be done about what is happening with this law because this isn't fair and this shouldn't be happening. Thanks for showing me your brains turned on. Go ahead and hold your thoughts and we're going to keep reading and see what she does do. Anthony, okay, so she was a Quaker. When she complained about how this was unfair, she lost her job. Early in the 1850s, Anthony met women who were active in the women's rights movement. She formed a lasting friendship with Elizabeth Stanton. Stanton described Anthony as having a broad and generous nature. Together, Stanton and Anthony were determined to improve the lives of American women. In the years that followed, they lectured on the importance of the ballot and helped to start state and local women's groups. So let's go back to our chart and let's think, what is something that Susan B. Anthony did? Think back to what we just read. What did Susan B. Anthony do inside of our story? I have 3 friends who have thoughts. Let's see if we can get some more friends warming up their brains. What did Susan B. Anthony do? Camille.
She became one of the women who didn't get to vote.
Okay, no one could vote during this time, and she became a woman, eyes up here, who was a, what would you say, she was a
Female.
Was a leader for what movement? For what movement? The women's rights movement. Excellent. Okay, eyes up here. Stay with me. Janice looks great. I love how Nevaeh looks. Okay, Diamond 1. During the Civil War, their work took a back seat to the crisis at hand. Instead, much of the women's energy went towards supporting the effort to free the slaves. In 1863, Anthony and Stanton led women into collecting hundreds of thousands of signatures for a petition. The petition asked for a constitutional amendment to end slavery. In December 1865, their hard work paid off. The 13th Amendment to the Constitution was adopted, and it abolished slavery from the United States. So women were working to get signatures to end slavery, Isaac. And it worked. They're saying after they got so many signatures, they were able to work, and the women helped support the end of slavery. After the war, there was talk of giving former slaves the right to vote. Women's rights groups supported this idea. However, they wanted the same for women, too. Do you think that that's fair for them to have the right to vote?
No.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. We want everyone to have equal rights. Michaela, what's your idea? Oh, real loud so your teammates can hear you. Armani, one. Go ahead. Very good. They had a connection with slaves. How did they have a connection with slaves? Let's build that idea. How did they have a connection with slaves? Jamal.
They both had to work hard to get out of the mess.
Okay, they were both working to get out of a mess. How else did they have a connection with slaves? Check their body. Janice, how else? How else did they have? How else did women have a connection with slaves? Armani.
Because they wanted to vote.
Excellent. Both of them were working to have the right to vote. Did Susan B. Anthony work to make that happen?
Yes.
Was Lucy Stone working to make
Yes.
that happen? Excellent. So let's add it to our Venn diagram. Okay, excellent. So I'm going to put these women worked to. What did they work to do? Raise a quiet hand. Armani mentioned it. Let's build off that idea. What did they work to do? Tell me, Janice.
Freedom.
They worked to lead women
No freedom.
to freedom. And for eyes up here.
Right.
I'm waiting on one friend. Thank you, Jermon. Thank you, Michaela. And for the right to
Vote.
excellent.
Vote.
I want you to take a second, turn to your partner, and share. What do you think they should do next?